Welcome back everyone. Quickly, let's continue our discussion on CSS text formatting. And right now, we'll be discussing about the CSS default text color and background color formatting. In this example, we define both the background color property and the color property. So let me show you how this works easily. Back to our document. As you can see, we are having this in our previous tutorial. So let me rearrange this document so you can see the thing I want to do. I'm trying to remove all this. I'm going to use this body element and I'm going to remove every other thing at this inside this our body element here. So our document is going to look like this. So when I save my document and reload, now our document by default is having this, right? Firstly, we want to reform our document. Instead of having this white background, we want it to be black background. And instead of all our text to be having this black background, black color, we want them to have white color. So that's what we want to do now. Firstly, let us change our background first. Don't you forget, anytime you have to change anything as default background is the one we want to control. So we are going to select the parent element, which is the body element here, because the parent element is the one that is a container for all these other elements. That's why we want to select it specifically. So if it's fixed element also you want to do something with, we are going to select it so that every element inside it also can acquire it. So that's why, but right now we want to select the body element. That's why we select it now. Now let's use our background color property and let's give our document black background. When we give our document black background and reload, you are going to see what will happen. Can you see? Everything turns to black. The reason why this one is not turning to black is to know that it's because this one is having border by default, which is color, right? Color border is having color and also is having border by default. As you can see now, our background, everything that is having background is now having black. No matter what we add to this thing, it's going to become black. When we add let's say we add another h2 element here, just write w and save our document. Can you see everything is black because by default this w is now black because by default our color is white by default. So that's why this one is not displaying again now. But when we change because we want to remanipulate our thing, let's say for instance I comment out this background now, you are going to see can you see this is the w because by default our color is black. Now we want to change our color by default, we want to change it to white. Now let's go back to our document. Now I've commented out the background, I'm going to use the color. So when I use the color, I change it to black and I change it to white. When I change it to white, I save my document. Now when I reload, can you see we are not able to see it again? But when I highlight, can you see when I highlight we are able to see? But as you can see right now, we're not able to see it again because by default it's set to black. So now we are changing the default value of the color now to white. So now let's uncomment out our background color now to become black so that we can be able to see anything that is white. So when I set my body now to black, you are going to be able to see the thing that is white. So let's reload. Can you see now? Now we are able to see everything that is white. So any other thing that is having color or whatever is going to be displayed. In our previous tutorial, we have discussed about the color, the CSS color, the CSS background color in deep details also. This is another tip again which you can understand about this. It's very nice when you understand how to control your elements in different ways. So I'm going to do another div element here right now. When I do another div element right now, this div element also is going to have background color of black by default because it is also inside this box, which is this body element, which is this parent element. So when I write anything here, let's say like h1 here also, wow, when I save Can you see the white is showing? But we are not able to see any other thing again. The only way we can be able to see this div element again now is because it's only maybe we specify border here. We specify border, we are going to see that we are having, let me change 23 pixel solid. Even if I don't give it anything, I'm going to see what we have. Can you see? Because we have already set the background color to black, so anything that is having text is going to become white. You should know the reason why this our border shows as white now, because in our previous tutorial we have discussed about the CSS text formatting, color formatting, and the background formatting. So I know you should be able to understand the reason why this is like this, because the thing that controls the color that controls the border is also the color that controls the text. That's why the border turns to white. Because this one has already been controlled by default, that's why it doesn't change at all. You can change the color of the border if you want, and if you want to change it, you can just do red. It's going to turn to red. Can you see? So we can do anything with our document. It just depends on what you need. So I think we have changed. So any element we are adding now is going to have background color of black, and the text is going to be white. So we have two ways, which is background and the color, which is so nice now. I think I have to stop it right here. But before I go, let me check. Maybe yes. I think in this our document, important thing I want you guys to know is that eye contrast is very important. Eye contrast is very important for people with vision problems. So always ensure that the contrast between the text color and the background color or background image is good. So be aware of that. The CSS text color property whenever you want to specify this text color property, you will use color property. When you use the color property, then it will specify the color for you. And if you have to use the background color, you can use the background color property. So I think we are good to go. As you can see, this is looking nice now. Let's say, for instance, we want to change this black to blue. When we change this black to blue, we are going to see what will happen. Can you see? Now we are having black and blue. We are having blue and white. And if you want to change this white to gold, you can change it. The color is now going to be, can you see? So everything is going to be in everything. So you should know what I'm talking about now, because this other field set element has been controlled, given color to by default from the HTML. That's why it's not changed, but we can change it if we want. We can also come here, specify our field set element, and give it any color we want, like border color. We can give it red. Even we can increase the width of the border. We can just say border width property. We can give it 23 pixels. Now let's reload. Can you see it's having red and it's also increased? So you should know what I'm talking about. There's no any magic in this. And what akorede ayofe is my name once again. I wish to see you guys next time. To the next tutorial. Peace and love. Have a great day. Thank you so much. Bye bye. Until the next.